Hello, welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another Soulstone Survivors video. It's gonna be a bit weird. You might notice it immediately. It's my new PC. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I've been messing around with OBS for the better part of an hour now, I think. And I was like, it's never gonna look perfect. It's never gonna be perfect, especially not from the start. I will just record and we will see how it goes. Any feedback is appreciated. Any commentary on the video is welcome. I just want to know whether this is enjoyable for you, whether it looks nice. I'm getting used to the new formats of video recording. I'm gonna get used to the new editing formats as well, to how fast everything is gonna go as well. Probably also I'm really looking forward to seeing that render project just immediately pop off. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna take some getting used to, and I hope you guys are patient with me for that, but I am looking forward to it, definitely. I can't even remember if my camera is in the top left or Soulstone. It's also a little bit weird. I have to scooch over a little bit because it is mounted on top of my new screen. Got an LG monitor right now, which is a lot larger than my previous monitor. It is 1440p. And that's why also I am just like very much still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. How do I use all this stuff? Do I need to downscale? Should I just record in the native resolution? What do I need to change about my setup just in general? But it does allow me to play this game on ultra graphics without having to worry about anything FPS related. Because it's quite a beast. It's quite a strong computer that I have right now. I would be jealous if I saw someone else playing on it. I'm not gonna dazzle you with the specs too much, but just realize that recording should not be a problem anymore at all by now. Recording, editing, rendering, it should all just be very fine without having to break a sweat. Also just not having to let my computer run throughout the entire night or something if I want to record just one video. No, it should definitely all be a-okay. Should be a very fluent process right now. The uploading might still be the only bottleneck because the internet is still the same, but my download speed has greatly increased with this new hardware as well for some reason. Don't even know how, but because it's actually the same hardware, the Wi-Fi stuff, but I guess this motherboard has built-in Wi-Fi functionality, whereas my previous motherboard I had to add a little extra Wi-Fi receiver to it. One thing I noticed immediately is that it's almost impossible to see the red circles when this game is on Ultra, because there's just so much more shit going on. We might revert some of these changes a little bit, but for now, I was just like, I've been slacking long enough, I need to get back on that recording grind. Additionally, this day today, I have just been working a lot. Also went out for a nice little breakfast on my own nose, so that was fine. But I have been working a lot and I wanted to take a little break. First of all, I moved the boxes from this computer upstairs because they were still in the hallway here. Make my girlfriend a bit satisfied. If she would come into this home and she would see those boxes, she would probably immediately break up with me for not cleaning them up. So that's why I did it. And then, ooh, some FPS lag, huh? Not what I expected. I wonder what's causing it. If it's the recording, the temperature is still absolutely fine. If it's just the game being poorly optimized, I have no idea, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. And after having a bit of a productive break, I want to have even more of a productive break by recording some Soulstone Survivors, recording some content. I was thinking about what to record and I was like, yeah, when in doubt, let's just Soulstone it up, you know? But it is quite difficult for me to focus because I feel the worry, you know? I feel the worry of how I'm gonna have to optimize my settings. It's gonna look like shit. How can it look like shit? I've spent so much on a computer. It can't look like shit, but it's just gonna be some waves we're gonna have to go through, you know? It's gonna be a bit of a process of rediscovering how this shit works, figuring everything out, but I'm looking forward to it. Opens up a lot more possibilities. Games like The Witcher 3, which I have never played before, although I have them just because I was too scared of playing them on my old PC. Finally I can boot them up. I can even record them if I want. Games like Ridership Republic I can finally play after buying it a month ago. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so much fun, and I still have so much left to discover. So much left to get in order as well. A lot of programs need to be reinstalled. I probably am still forgetting like a whole bunch of shit that my old computer have, but that I don't have installed again yet. It's gonna be a lot of figuring out, and I hope you will join me on that process. At the same time, the content will not change too much because I as a person have not really changed because of my new computer. And well, the content really resembles me as a person, so that's why it will stay the same. Another thing that will stay the same is our win count in Soulstone Survivors if we keep on playing this run like this. Our first revive has already been popped and we have not been paying attention to the types of skills we have been gathering at all. So we just have some random shit surrounding us right now. It's kind of working a little bit, but I feel like we have wasted a lot of potential in this run by not paying a little bit more attention at least. Although we will only be able to really figure that out once we finished off the run completely. Because by now, I mean, you can see that the lords still do just die, and they die quite quickly. But I am looking for like some more minion skills if possible. I think that will definitely help us out. Another chaotic inferno is not necessarily what we're looking for. Increased potency on the blood bolt. Still no minion skills to be seen, sadly. Maybe focus on multicast a little bit more now that we have all those cast time reductions, because casting multiple bunnies at once is going to be helpful. Increased quantity is also definitely going to be really helpful. I wonder if when you are upgrading your missile skills, the kind of pyromancer specific, the draconic flame also gets upgraded, because it does kind of seem like a missile to me, but I think it might just be like a baseline thing and you can't really apply that much changes to it at all throughout the run. No idea. It's been a while since I've played some Soulstone. It's been a while since I've played some games. I had this computer since Tuesday from last week, and yesterday on Saturday was the first day I was able to boot it up. First games I played on it were some League of Legends games together with my friend Jonas. Had some wins, had one loss, but some wins in general. Falling back in love with the AD carry role a little bit when I have such a competent support. Saw him playing with me in my League of Legends video, which is also one of my favorite videos on the channel so far. The pacing felt nice, the soundtrack choice felt very okay. The commentary was random and not in-depth or anything, but I quite enjoyed it actually. Just like I'm quite enjoying this run, and I'm quite enjoying the rest of my Sunday. Finally gonna see my girlfriend for a long time a bit again. She's coming to the city where we live in together. She was a bit absent from here because, understandably, I was always at work and she would have to just sit here alone all day, and that's not something she wants to do, which I definitely understand. This evening we're probably just gonna spend the time together in the sofa, watch a little episode of Suits, because tomorrow I have to start work at 8, and I'm still a bit tired from the previous work week, so... Ooh, I don't like those FPS lag sessions, man. It's steps we're gonna have to go through. We're gonna have to figure out what causes it, or we're gonna just have to deal with it, and I can always lower my graphics settings a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be like a game optimization. Because again, and I can't say this enough, because I just want to flex at least a little bit, with this machine that I have empowering my gaming addiction right now, there should not be any FPS lag in any game in the slightest, not on any settings. I was wondering about like, should I record a little bit of a setting up unboxing video, but then again I was like, it sounds boastful, it's not necessarily what I want to do, and additionally I would have to record everything with my phone and that footage would be absolutely trash. The main thing that I am worried about is just like, my monitor is larger, how is the image quality gonna look? Some tests that I have run, it always seemed a little bit blurry for my liking, but it's never gonna look bad. It's just not gonna look optimal, and that's where my perfectionism definitely comes into play. Understandably, when you have the capacities to do something perfectly, in my opinion, just the hardware capacities, you want it to run as smoothly as possible, and it's not always possible from the start. It kinda grinds my gears a little bit, you know? But right now, I'm just enjoying the show. I'm just enjoying the process, enjoying the way Soulstone looks on this new monitor, on this new hardware setup, and just riding the waves. The waves that will hopefully lead me to the success. Got some nice feedback yesterday again on the video I created on the Naked Therapist book, because I shared that video with some of my colleagues at work. And one of the colleagues yesterday said like, yeah, I watched that video together with my partner, and I was impressed by the speed of your speech and your thoughts, but my partner was like, oh yeah, but he definitely has a script, and not to have too big of a neck, as we say here in Belgium, but I was like, for that video, in fact, I did not have a script at all. Disclaimer is in order, I did like just finish that book on that day. So that helped me produce clear thoughts throughout the entire video at quite a rapid pace. But in general, my brain is suited for some fast processing actions up there. Sometimes kind of impeding my speech a little bit because my verbal capacities are lagging behind. But that's fine. That's also something that I have come to terms with. It also happens when I'm writing down reports from sessions, sometimes with clients that I want to combine, that I want to write 2 words in succession, but my brain is working so much overclocked, at such an overclocked speed that it combines the 2 words into a nonsensical neologism, which is something I don't necessarily want in my client reports. They need to be a bit professional and a bit correct when it comes to grammar, when it comes to vocabulary. Not when it comes to pronunciation, because they are written words, so, I mean, that's kind of not even something to worry about. And that's great, because my pronunciation is sometimes jack shit. Second revive, not popped so far. Kind of surprised by how well this run is going, because we are already on our last set of lords, but maybe it is just like the faster reaction time. It is 240 hertz after all, so maybe that is just the sense of like heightened functionality of my eye muscles and eye nerves. The neurons are firing at higher speeds because the hardware allows them to do so. My brain is a little bit fried. I noticed that I am still a little bit tired from my work week last week. The week in general was okay, but the final 2 days were kind of inhuman. 2 days with 8 clients, and then also a group session right in the middle of the, or right at the end of the first of those 2 days. That was a bit too much. I noticed that immediately, but sometimes you have those days, you know? Sometimes you have those days where you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to die a little bit for a second, but I will recover for sure. And I am still recovering, but it is still in the period of recovering. Later today, I am first of all gonna edit this video, which is like include the intro and the outro, and have it render just to see how quickly it actually goes. Try to upload it as well, just to kind of get a feel for the process. And then afterwards, I will definitely also just... That area definitely got upgraded right there, so I think the spell does still receive benefits from upgrades. Later, they're just gonna keep on catching up on my reports, because I spent a bunch of time exploring my computer and therefore kind of put my reports by the wayside a bit. So that's what I have planned. I hope you have a nice day planned as well. I hope you enjoyed this Soulstone Survivors episode. What level are we? 3. So we are literally... Are we literally 1 level short? No, we're 6 levels short. So there's something else I need to upgrade in here. Why am I blind? Wait. Oh, right here? Yeah, okay. So these 5 points and then this 1 point. I might do it off camera because, I mean, come on, you've seen enough of this Pyromancer gameplay so far. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.